Good morning, Vaibhav, and welcome to the winning story session for the Global Inclusion Summit, which is coming up on the December 5th uh, on the occasion of the World Disability Day. And I especially wanted to speak to you because you've done so much for the Guide Runners team, especially with the shoe drive. And just to tell the audience, this is a um, the team is the Western Mumbai Road Runners
No,
and
Western Mumbai Runners.
Western Mumbai Runners.
Yeah.
And Vaibhav Bhandari is an ultra runner himself. And Vaibhav, I also know that you are working a lot with the underprivileged. So, what is it that, what's your experience working with the underprivileged previously? And tell us about the amazing support that you provided as a part of the Guide Runners India shoe drive for visually impaired.
Right. So, morning. First of all, very good morning. And Bhumika, I must compliment you for the great, project which you have undertaken. I think most of us never even thought of that visually impaired people would be interested in running, and you are providing a great platform for people like them who aspire to remain fit and they want to be a good runners. So I think it's a very fantastic work undertaken by you and your team in different cities. Yeah. Coming to my thing, yeah, I've been doing. I'm quite active in the social service field for last 20 years. I started my little like initial steps way back from 2001, and I've worked with many NGOs. So of lately, I have shortlisted four NGOs which I work with. One is Goonj, with which I am associated for last 16 plus years. Another one is Dhanu Tribal School, which is in the outskirts of Mumbai. I've been associated with them for 12 plus years. Then there's another NGO called Snehalay, which is in Ahmednagar. I've been supporting them for last 5 to 6 years. And there's another NGO in Howrah, Kolkata, by the name Samaritan Help Mission. Again, I've been supporting them for last 5 to 6 years. So these are the four NGOs primarily I'm working for. I help them raise funds, and I also help them in any other way by providing insight, by providing some technical support, to updating their website, to making their brochure, whatever assignment I find I can help them out. I help them, and I have a good backing of friend circle, which supports me in helping these NGOs out in turn. Uh, coming
Okay.
to coming to the shoe collection drive. I was not, to be honest, I was not very much aware of what Bhumika Runners is, and I was also not much aware of how you guys are, supporting visually impaired runners in fulfilling their ambition. I just came across a shoe collection drive poster on Facebook. I exactly don't remember. Maybe it was on MRR, page or any other prominent running groups page. But it just caught my attention, and I, just when I got to know that you guys are doing something for visually impaired runners, so that caught my attention, and I, downloaded the poster. There were two numbers mentioned. One was Varsha and one more person from Mumbai, one more guy. Thoy, I think Thoy. Yeah,
Yes.
I contacted both of them,
Yeah.
try to figure out what are you guys into, because beyond the shoe collection drive, I was more interested in knowing what this group is actually doing, because I
Yeah.
never thought that in running circle also we can support. We were supporting each other as a friend in achieving our target, but I never thought of this particular domain or this particular initiative. So that caught my attention, and I contacted both of them. I spoke to them. I satisfied myself, what you guys are doing, what's the model, and I was highly impressed. And then I immediately shared this poster in my group, which is Western Mumbai Runners, and I appeal them that it's a very fantastic initiative by Dr. Bhumika, and I think we should be part of it in a limited way. Whatever we can do to start with, let's do this drive, and as the opportunities unfold, we will try and see how else we can help you and in your initiative, to achieve more new heights. And that's where we started. this collection drive, I got a very good response from the team. I think in a week's time, we collected over 40 pairs of shoes. One of my friends, also runner friends, contributed 23 pairs of, she purchased brand new shoes from Decathlon for
Wow.
the VI runners. And yeah, so that's what then we extended the entire support to the Mumbai team. I coordinated with Hoy, Varsha, and one more guy. I just missed his name. I think Akshay or someone.
Anand, yeah.
Anand, yeah, Anand. And then that's how we went to Prabha Devi. We went to that Shivaji Park area, and one of the mornings, it was a training for us also, because we also needed to be inducted on, if we have to be a guide to a VI runner. So we ourselves got little induction. We helped them do warm up and all, and we all were assigned one VI runner to run with, and that's how it all started. So when we distributed shoes, the VI runners were very excited to have new pair of shoes. They were all trying their sizes, and I was very happy and impressed by them that, first of all, they were equally courteous of receiving something. Also, on the other side, they were very clear on what they want. So they were not like, that, whatever has been given, let's take it.
Yeah.
All those people were very particular. They were trying the size, the fit, the comfort. Some were not okay with the fitting. They said, can we get a different size? Try a different shoe, different, shape. Maybe, well, as you also appreciate it as a runner, you are also a runner. So, some of us need a broader front, some needs a narrow front. So they were very keen and very clear on what they want. One of the runners, he was a very good runner, very fast runner actually.
Yeah.
I ran with him actually, and
Yeah.
after the run, he said, this shoe is slightly slipping. It does not have a good grip. Can I
Yeah.
change my shoe? I said, why not? It's all for you. Whatever comforts you, ultimately, it should benefit you in your objective, right? And he, after that, he again asked me to open the bag. He tried different shoes, and they said, yeah, this is the one which is fit for me. So I was really impressed, with the entire approach of these runners.
And so you actually you went to Dadar several times with your team, and and did you think that this would be I mean, from your experience, that people think that we just give away the shoes and we are done, but you went beyond when you actually tried to fit the shoes onto the runners.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, so me and my friends from Western Mumbai Runners, we all were, we actually supported each and every one of them, and try to figure out what the size, we will try a different shoe, and we were bringing them different shoes so that they can try and out. And also we, all of us also volunteered then for participating and supporting the VI runners in the upcoming run at Bandra, which unluckily it got cancelled because of the COVID thing.
yeah.
But yeah, we wanted to support the great initiative by Bhumika Runners in supporting VI runners in their events. But somehow because of COVID, we could not do so. But yeah, we are still waiting for the time when the society achieves its normalcy, and all the runner community is back on the street and events start happening. Yeah, we will like to support you more in this fantastic initiative.
Right. So what about the what would you I mean, you yourself are an ultra runner, and you require so much of your training time. So how do you manage to spend time between your community work and your own running? Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens is, in my when it comes to community work, uh, we seldom visit those places. I try to ensure that I at least go to those places once in a year,
Yeah.
and most of the times I plan it around holidays or weekends. So first of all, it is possible to do it on weekends. Secondly, most of the support which I give is offline support. So for example, raising funds for them, or designing a collateral for them, or making a presentation for them, which I
Yeah.
can do offline whenever I have free time. I take the material from them, I do some calls, and post office hours or on weekends I do most of the work. That is one part of it. And second thing is, ultimately, it's all about time management. Wherever you wish to do something, you will figure out time. For example, when I was not into running, I still had those 24 hours and I was not running. Then I got into running. I still have those 24 hours, but I'm running and I'm doing my office work and I'm giving time to my family as well. If I pick up any other hobby also, I think it's all about time management. So if you wish to do something, one can easily manage the time and be more efficient and still do justice to all the things we want to do in life.
What do you think about the regular the running community out there? Uh, 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 do you think that there will be a good amount of sensitization which will be needed before they take up the community work and uh, uh, the mindset as such towards the community service amongst
Sure.
the people who are into running? What do you think would benefit before they get into it?
Yeah, so I have interacted with many runners, so I know many people because I'm associated with the running community for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So I know most of the prominent runners in Mumbai. I know a large number of people. I know I'm associated with many groups, formally, informally, and also as my part of social service initiatives, I interact with few of them, and I've taken support for. I took support for the shoe collection drive. I also had a couple of initiatives with Goonj, with the running community.
Yeah.
And what I personally believe is that a large number of people are actually interested in supporting in some way or the other. One, all they need is a platform, but everyone is not so enthused enough to figure out to do research and find out a platform to contribute. So if we are able to reach out to this community, I personally believe most of the people are ready to do it in some way or other. Everyone may not be in a position to spend time or physically come to a particular location to do something, but yeah, in some way or the other, I mean, some people can contribute monetarily, some people can actually contribute their shoes and running t-shirts. Some people may be open to physically come down, spend time. I'm sure this community is a very good community, and people are empathetic about others. And what I believe, as runner is running the sport ultimately, right? It teaches you a lot of values. So, for example, a simple thing like while running, we generally as runners don't litter anything. Even if you're carrying a bottle, if it goes empty, we keep it in our hand. Either we find for the next dustbin, or we go back to our base location and dump it in our car. So it's a very sensitive community, educated in general, and yeah, we do have true sportsman spirit. I have seen people supporting other runners on the way, even if they don't know each other. We don't know each other. If any injury happens or anybody gets a cramp, people in between their events, they stop to help others. I
Yeah.
believe people are sensitive. People want to help, and it's just I think the awareness which needs to be done. If we are able to reach out to them, we can easily draw a lot of support from the running community.
So do you, I feel like some kind of, like the way you have gone beyond just donating the shoes, you've gone beyond and you wanted to see who is it that who is getting the shoe. And so what do you see I mean, there is a immense satisfaction by actually going there, seeing who got the shoe and whether the shoe fitted, and what do you, so there's a difference between just donating and then actually going there and checking whether the actual person has got it. So, do you think? I don't think many people would get into that kind of a thing. Um, and like you said, yeah, people are ready to help, but the right amount, the right platform, they don't want to. May not have the time to research, and
Yeah,
yeah, so that's something which is a gap. I think probably we can fill
yeah, we
by
can
from
fill. Yeah, absolutely, we can try to fill that. Yeah, so
by
yeah, certainly it is always good to be connected with the beneficiary. So contributing money is, I believe, sitting or drawing a check, sitting at your home or air conditioned offices, I believe, is one of the most easiest thing to do, right? But connecting with a person who is the recipient of it, it
yeah.
actually gives the ground level reality. It gives you satisfaction. It also motivates you to do even more. You start building up the trust in the system, and that trust actually inspires you to do even more. Because what happens generally is, there are so many NGOs around and everyone is doing something. It's very difficult to figure out which one is genuine, which one is not genuine. So when you are associated with the team, the implementation team, with the beneficiary, it gives you a lot of comfort, a lot of trust. And with that trust and confidence and conviction, you can also reach out to your other friends and family member to be part of the initiative. And that's what actually happened. So when some of us from WMR, we actually went to Shivaji Park to meet people, to distribute shoes, and also to we volunteered in their trial runs. Because we were getting prepared for the Bandra event, and we all were assigned with one VI to
Yeah.
run with, which I mentioned, which could not happen because of COVID. But so actually, then all of us we actually got a very positive feeling about the entire thing. We developed a great trust, in the system. And we actually in turn, when we came back, we shared our experience with our other fellow runners in our group,
Yeah.
and they were also after that keen. We want to volunteer, we want to volunteer. So that's the kind of positive ripples you spread around.
Yeah, so this is the shoe drive flyer which was floated out, and your team has
Yeah,
got that. Yes.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah. And so I'm going to share some pictures of your team, which we, and it is very nice to see your entire team there, and actually running with them after putting on the shoes which fitted them. So which is something we have not heard of, like many people have donated, and they have just they did check later on that okay, was everything fine, but you actually went on the ground and you actually ran with them with those shoes, which
Yeah,
is commendable actually. So these are the pictures.
right. So yeah, many of these people are wearing the new shoes. Of course, some they had their own shoes already. So all the gray shoes, if you can see, they are the new Decathlon shoes. I can still figure out.
Decathlon, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. And also, I must compliment the guides. Anand, Thoi, Varsha, and all. I think very enthusiastic team you have built up here in Mumbai. And I also had opportunity to interact with one of the guides from Pune. He had come down to Mumbai, and he had actually come to my place also to collect shoes. He
Yeah.
had certain requirements. Yeah, so I have met, I think, 4 or 5 guides, and I was really moved by the kind of motivation they do. Kind of motivation they have, because like me and my team, at least we volunteered maybe I think once or twice only, and post which the COVID thing came into play. But the VI guides, what the team which we have built here in Mumbai and Pune, those guys are actually spending time regularly with them, which is
Yes.
commendable, because compromising your own practice and giving the same time for somebody else, it requires a lot of efforts. And what we did is very small. We came one off. Sacrificing your run one off is a easier task than to sacrifice your run on a weekly basis. And also, I understand many of those VI runners are giving support virtually also, and during lockdown period, to the VI
Yeah.
runners, which I got to know because I'm part of the WhatsApp group also. So I keep, though I'm not very active there, but I see a lot of things which your guides are doing with the runners virtually.
So have you attended the guide running workshops? The virtual guide running is what we have started as a certification program. Have you had any interactions in?
No, sorry, I could not attend that. So maybe in future once I will try to attend that, because in lockdown even my office work has increased.
Yeah.
No maids at home, household chores had increased. So we were just grappling with all of those things, plus our own workout regime, trainings, and all those things. But yeah, I wish to do that. Maybe whenever next time this
So the
happens,
next
I will
batch is
try.
going to come up in January with, and we are going to start it with the Olympian from the United Kingdom. She's a full marathon Olympian, and we're going to
Okay.
start the batch with. Probably you can look at enrolling
Sure. Most probably I'll be
your
part of
team
that.
and
Yeah.
you. Yeah. So tell us a bit about your achievements in your running, and what are the best. Yeah, what in terms of your training, where do you do your running practice, and what would you recommend for visually impaired and guides in Mumbai? What roads are good and which areas?
Sure. So first of all, I okay. First to start with, you want to share some of my running experience. So I started running way back in 2011, and as a corporate initiative, my company had registered for as that time it used to be called SCMM, that Mumbai Marathon was Standard Chartered Mumbai
Yeah.
Marathon, and I did my first 6 kilometers, which was dream run, and I just registered with some very basic little bit training, and I was struggling to even finish that. But I of course finished that. I was young and I could finish it, but the time, the pace, and everything was like very funny to be even shared with. But yeah, from there, then I said, yeah, why not let me try HM. So 1 or 2 years I did HM again, self-trained, no knowledge, no science, nothing. We just will register for half marathon in SCMM. 2 months before we will start running in the nearby park to build some stamina, and we'll just show up on the race day, do some running, and we are done. Likewise, couple of years went by. Then we formally, then I joined Striders. I got trained under them 1 year. Then I realized there's a lot of science which goes behind running. I improved. A lot of myths got busted. A lot of fundamentals got cleared, and then I joined another training group, and then I moved into the FM. I upgraded myself to FM, and I have done three FMs so far last 3 years, barring the this year. So we'll not be able to do this year. And last year I also did a Tata Ultra, which is 50 kilometers hill run. So yeah, that's the best and the longest and the more endurance based run which I have done is Tata Ultra. Coming to my practice, so I put up in Goregaon East area. So we and my group is primarily in and around this area only, Goregaon, Malad. So we train here. We have a couple of good locations like we run in RA. We go to Mindspace, and even Borivali National Park is not that far away from my place. So luckily, I am blessed with three very good locations for running. And yeah, of course, for long runs, we do go to NCPA. We do typical route of NCPA to Worli or to Shivaji Park and return for when we have to clog longer distances. But when it comes to VI runners, of course they have some limitations and they cannot run in every place because the places where, for example, RA. So in RA, it is a lot of potholes. So I would not recommend that place for a VI runner because even in spite of being supported by a person, it's difficult to guide every pothole or every bump on the road, right? And similarly, if we go to NCP and all, of course, for shorter distance is fine, but beyond that, the problem is there are a lot of crossings, so we have to be very careful about the traffic. So from that point of view, of course, I am well aware with the western suburbs, so I can only guide the places in western suburb. I believe Mindspace is a fantastic place for the VI runners to train and to run. The reason being, there's a back roads of Malad. There's hardly any traffic. One. Secondly, absolutely flat road with no potholes at all, and they're absolutely straight road. So it's very easy and comfortable. In During the lockdown period, certainly it's a bit more crowded, but in routine, that's not that crowded as well. So that's a very appropriate place for a VI runner to run at. Second, of course, Shivaji Park, where runners are already getting trained because you get a large ground and you can take loops around that. And I also believe, I'm not very sure about the place, but on the Eastern Express Highway, on the service roads of Mulund, there's also a very nice patch, very less traffic on that, broad roads, a straight road, and pothole-free roads. So I think these one or two places are certainly very good for runners to be trained at.
Right. So in the lockdown, I have been seeing a lot of your workouts in your group of Western Mumbai runners.
Yeah.
What has been the changes that you've brought about in with respect to your running group and yourself in the lockdown?
So yeah, in lockdown, what happened is, initially, as you all know, that runners like to be on the road. So it was difficult, and we all thought it's a matter of time that this COVID thing will be over, and we will be back to road. But I think the period got extended, and it's still getting extended. We don't know when's the end of it. But yeah, so we started with our virtual training. We thought, let's stay active, let's stay fit, and we also, you see, every challenge or every problem also throws an opportunity. So when the roads are open for us to run, we were more into running, and we used to spend less time on core building or body strengthening, right? So we thought, since nature has given us opportunity to stay at home and we are not able to run, so we thought to convert this problem into an opportunity, and we started with virtual training. And in virtual training, we started doing HIIT, functional training. We started focusing on different body parts. A day dedicated to only core, a day dedicated to glutes, a day dedicated to back, shoulders, biceps. So we started working on each and every body part. And certain days we allocated to yoga, to foam rolling and only stretching. So actually, we started initially with 3 to 4 working days. In a week's time, we graduated to practically 6 to 7 days of workouts. Every day we had a workout in some form or the other, may it be yoga or HIIT or simple stretching. We used to have one hour session only on stretching
Wow.
different body parts. So as to because we were not taking break, we were actually working out 6 to 7 days a week. So yeah, we converted this into an opportunity, and try to build core, try to build muscles, and did a lot of strengthening of various body parts.
So finally, what would be your advice to aspiring runners who want to take up community service like Guide Runners India is doing, and in addition to that, also train for their own races? What would be your advice for them?
So for training in general, for themselves, I personally believe a group always helps you. One need not join a professional training group, but a group of friends always helps. It motivates and inspires, and it pushes you to do little bit more where otherwise individually you would have stopped at. So I think I always recommend build your own ecosystem around you. This will help you to achieve greater heights. Now coming to helping others, um, I would recommend everyone to look out ways and opportunities to help others in whatever manner one can do that. Uh, uh, and I personally believe we, as mascots, it's our responsibility also to reach out to different people, to explain them the concept, to make them aware of the platforms available, and also let them know how actually they can help out. What happens most of the time is that people have a lot of notions. They believe I have to be committed to a particular thing, and just because of that thought process, they are not coming out. They believe it will require a commitment. I have to compromise on my training, or
Yeah,
I
they are
will have to
afraid.
compromise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are afraid they cannot commit on time. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But point is, everything is not about time. We don't want everyone to commit time, right? There are so many ways you can help out. For example, simple thing like doing a shoe collection drive. It does not require so much of time commitment. You are flexible enough. You can do everything on WhatsApp. Any which way we spend couple of hours on WhatsApp, we can spend 5 more minutes for this thing. Some people who are available, they can be a guide to the VI runners during any of the events. Again, it does not. Nobody asking them to be a guide perpetually for them, but at least they can volunteer for 1 or 2 events. So I think we have to break a lot of notions. We have to act as a mascot, and we have to reach out to them and motivate them to do something. So what happens is, and as we do, so many people believe that doing some kind of social service and posting it on FB is not a great thing, because then you're trying to pat your own back. But I see it differently. Actually, by posting on the Facebook pages or on social media, you're actually breaking the notion. You're creating more awareness, and you're motivating others. If this guy can do it, why not me? So I see all these things as positive moves. And as I mentioned to you again, that it's our responsibility, those who have already we are attuned to do something. We have to act as a mascot, create more awareness, and motivate people and break their notions. And also, we have to be innovative enough. For example, we may have a thought, may have a requirement with which we go to them. And for example, there are some people who are not able to fit in that requirement. But then we have to be innovative to figure out, okay, if you can't do this, okay, why don't you consider this? Why don't you pick up this assignment or this project? So I think we have to be creative. And I think I personally believe that running community is very open-minded, empathetic, and they truly have that sportsman spirit. I'm very confident because I've interacted with this community for many initiatives. As I mentioned to you once for this shoe collection, I also did a couple of drives with Goonj whereby we were collecting the running T-shirts because most of us participate in so many running events and we get T-shirt in every event. And many of them we don't even open. So those fresh T-shirts we can give to somebody else. It can be of use to somebody instead of just lying idle in our wardrobes. So I think there are very many ways. These are just one or two which we are discussing, but I think if we all put our brains, we can be innovative enough to figure out ways and means to help others.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Vaibhav. It was very inspiring talking to you. And yeah, like you said, the kindness really matters, and no matter how big or small, and it will always have a magical ripple effect. So
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to your team participating in as a guide runner in the future with our team. And thank you, Vaibhav.
Thank you so much, Bhumika. And great job you guys are doing. Continue with that and keep involving us and keep throwing us opportunities whereby we can help you even more.
Thank you.